Hey Veggie family, look, right before we get started, I got a super important announcement for you. Now, we've actually had some people that message us and says, hey, did y'all stop doing videos? And we're like, no, we do videos all the time. In fact, we have a video out every Saturday, but some people didn't even know it. So this is what you got to do if you want to make sure you see the videos from us when they come out. Just go to our page, the main Vegetari-YUM page that has all the videos on it. And right here in the, or is it this? I don't know, the camera's backwards. But there's going to be a place where above our videos there's a bell. And it's a notification bell, and you click on it, and basically it'll say, do you want all the Vegetari-YUM notifications, da da da? And you click yes, and you click save. And then when a video comes out, you'll get a little thing that goes, ping, Vegetari-YUM has uploaded a new video. Because everybody wants that. So, thanks for that. We love you. Now, on to the show. Hey Veggie family, we're back. Now I know one of the hardest things for some people to understand is that wonderful box on every pack of food you get, the nutrition label box. But it's okay because today Shelly is going to demystify all of that stuff and she's going to tell you all about it right here, right now on Vegetari-YUM.
Hey everyone, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that nutrition label, not nutrition box or whatever it was that Eric called it. Okay, so I'm going to show you actually a couple items today. So first we're going to take a look at a nutrition label from a box of whole grain macaroni. So first we are going to start with the serving size. This is the first thing you want to start with. So this particular serving size is 3/4 of a cup. So that means when I am preparing a meal, I want to have 3/4 of a cup on my plate. Now, if I'm going to have more than that, we're going to discuss that in a moment. The next thing you're going to see is the number of servings. So you can see in this particular box of noodles, there are 8 servings per container. So if for some strange reason I consumed this whole entire box, I would be consuming 8 servings of this box, okay? So let's move further down to our calories. So this tells you how many calories per serving. So again, this is 3/4 of a cup. So when I put 3/4 of a cup of these noodles on my plate, I'm getting 180 calories. Now calories are important for several reasons. First, calories do provide a measure of how much energy that you get from a serving of food, which it is important to help you manage your weight. So some may be wanting to gain weight, some may be wanting to lose weight, or even maintain. So this is an important information that you do want to pay attention to. Okay, next we are moving down to the nutrients. Okay, so this is going to tell you all of the different nutrients that are in a product. However, there are some nutrients that we want to make sure we limit. So nutrients such as fat, sodium, sugar, cholesterol, those types of things, we want to limit those. Whereas if you move down further to other vitamins and minerals with calcium and iron and your protein, fiber, those we're going to want to make sure we get enough of, okay? So when we are looking at things like fat and things like that, we do want to make sure that they are a lower amount, okay? So I'm talking like 5% or less. Now, when you are talking about the good nutrients like those fiber and calcium and iron, if you're only having 5%, that is too low. You want to have at least 20% or more of those nutrients. So with that percentage of a daily value, this is based typically on either a 2,000 calorie diet or a 2,500 calorie diet. So this is the percentage of daily value. So for example, if you are consuming 1 serving of these noodles, you are consuming 2% of your daily value for fat. And one other piece of advice when you are reading a nutrition label, for example, on this bag of frozen broccoli, you always want to look at your ingredient list. So you will see in this particular package of broccoli florets, the ingredients are listed broccoli. So very simple, right? It just has broccoli. So let's take a look at another example. This is a package of Ezekiel bread. I'm going to flip it over so Eric can zoom in on our ingredient list. Okay, so you'll see in the ingredient list here on the Ezekiel bread, there are several items listed in the Ezekiel bread. However, if you take a look at all that's listed, I don't have it in front of me, obviously, but there are things like spelt, millet, flour, things like this. There is nothing in the ingredient list that sounds crazy or we can't pronounce. So that is a good thing. If you start to find a super long ingredient list with a lot of words that you can't pronounce, I tell you, buyer beware.
Hey, baby, you know what's really cool?
What?
A lot of these ingredients are grains from the grains video we did the other day.
You are absolutely right, Eric.
That's
Thank
pretty
you
cool.
for pointing that out. And one last thing to look at before we go. This clearly is not mine. This is Eric's.
And I love it.
Thanks. Okay, so one thing I want to point out, again about that serving size. So how many of you out there would take this Gatorade and just guzzle down the whole thing?
This guy.
That would be Eric. Now, what I love to explain to Eric is when he drinks this entire Gatorade bottle, he is not consuming one serving. He is in fact consuming 2.5 servings.
What? Let me see that. Wow, you're right. It does say 2.5. Wow.
Yes, so you'll also see, I believe it says that there's possibly 80 calories per serving. Is that correct, Eric?
Yep.
Okay, so 2.5 servings, what are we looking at? 200 calories if you consume this entire drink. And we are not even talking about anything else on the label like fat or anything like that. Be aware and be educated about those nutritional labels. So, that's it. So again, nutrition labels are not that hard as long as you know where to look. So if anybody has any questions, be sure to ask on our page and make sure you not only like the video, you share the video, make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to click that little bell with the notifications so you'll know when we put a video out and you don't miss one, okay? So from those of us at Vegetari-YUM, I'm Shelly.
I'm Eric.
And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.